Hi, video 8 of the restoration of the B25 Mitchell bomber. First to taxi condition, then on to airworthy. This is to take place at the Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre at East Kirkby, UK. This video covers work from February to April 2025. In this video they removed the forward starboard fuel tank cover, disconnecting all fittings inside the fuel tank. Paul still working on the paint stripping, every nook and cranny, rivet head and tail in the cockpit area. The cockpit almost ready for an inspection and repaint. What's up now, Andy? You get on all right last week with your guest?
We did, yeah. We had a good meeting, and kind of got a way forward really. Yeah. So we're going to look at getting the wings off and the fuel tanks out. A real deep inspection of the interior structure of the wings, especially because that's one of the areas where it could potentially be quite badly corroded. We don't know that because it wasn't looked at. When it arrived, the wings were all single section. Yeah, they were one piece, wasn't it? So the wings haven't come off, so we need to get them off and have a really good look inside, because that may drive which way we go. How much work is required to get them taxiworthy and then airworthy.
Is that the summer job then?
Yeah. They come off outboard of the nacelles, so they separate just outside of the nacelle. To show you.
It sounds so simple. In the book it just says remove bolts. Yeah, remove the flap, remove all the wiring and stuff like that, remove all of those bolts. However, you've only got these little holes to get your arm up to stretch to the other side of these bolts.
You've got small hands, Neville. I mean, you need some of the small hands to get in there.
You do, don't you?
Do you know any small children?
Yeah. So they haven't been off, so we need to get them off to have a proper look. It's in one area where Mark felt it was a potential area of corrosion and damage. So, because obviously if there is areas internally that need to be treated, fixed, replaced, that's going to add time to getting it taxiworthy and airworthy. So we just need to know. We need to understand what we're dealing with.
So you're going in deeper into it now.
Correct.
To find out whether you can get it to the airworthy condition you want.
Correct.
Or flying.
Yeah. So we have a plan. We're going to use the Manchester beams that we used for the Lancaster. We're going to massage the area so we have somewhere to put them. And then try and get them removed. And the same with the wing fuel tanks, which are inboard of the nacelles. We're also going to drop those out at some point.
Well,
again, to inspect. One either side. There's metal tanks on the inboard, and there's bag tanks on the outboard.
Oh, bag tanks.
Not so much of a concern, because they'll come out and be discarded anyway. But there's potential for fuel leaks around the tank that could have caused damage. So again, but they're stress panels, so we need to be careful of how we remove those panels to get to the fuel tank. So we need to jack the aircraft up and
get it propped
do all the good stuff. Whereas the wings can come off with it in this condition. So that's kind of a bit of a direction of travel that we've got now, to do a proper survey of the aircraft.
So what's your title now besides Sir?
That'll do. I'll stick with that one, Neville. I'll stick with that one. So, and in parallel, we're still keen to get the cockpit sprayed, rebuilt. So Mark had a good look at it, and was I think the words he used were remarkably good condition.
Good.
So there's a few areas where we just need to treat the corrosion. But it's good. It feels like we're starting to.
Have you worked on these before? No.
Obviously, 40 years in the Air Force.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought that was enough. 40 years before I retired. So.
You might be called up again the way things are going.
Technically, I'm still on the reserve list. So you do 5 years when you leave. I'm still technically on the reserve list.
Yeah.
Hopefully not though.
You might be called up. The round tubes, what are they for? Are they the oil coolers?
The oil coolers right in there.
Oil coolers?
Oil coolers, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The outer starboard wing flaps have been removed. I had a quick look under the nacelle at the landing gear.
On level.
Good morning, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
So this is your B25 instrument panel,
Yeah.
and at some time in its life, it's had a modification done on it. And you can probably just make out here the edge of where a round instrument was,
Yeah.
and there's another one there. So what I'm up to doing is I'm creating this basically a repair plate that's going to go, basically when that's all cut out, that sits
fit on there.
sits on there.
Oh, I
So
see.
that, and then we're not cutting the hole in because you don't want a radio here.
No, you just put in a plate on top. You're not inserting it.
Not inserting it, no. Good, because I can't.
Yeah.
This instrument we're not going to reinstate, but even if we do, we can do so. We can do it from behind.
Yeah, there's still a question mark on getting access to all the bolts, especially along the top. So we're just trying to scope out exactly how we could potentially attack it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a bit nervous of.
How many panels can you take? Are the long panels?
No, it's just these small little access panels. Obviously, the big one was for the oil coolers.
Yeah.
And these small ones, these are designed for access to get the bolts.
Yeah.
But obviously, you've got 102 bolts altogether along the bottom and the same along the top.
Yeah.
And obviously, getting access to them is just
What about
difficult. They're not captured bolts either, so you need to hold both ends of the bolts.
Yeah. So, what about the booms? The main spars, sorry, not booms.
Right.
How are they bolted on to each other?
They stop here. They stop, once the bolts are out, I think they just bolt. They bolt
Butt up to each other?
Yeah, butt up to each other. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
They unbolt it, and then the whole thing comes off in one. So
Well, you have
once
to
all the bolts are out, you slide the wing out.
Yeah. Hi, Paul.
Hello, Neville. You all right?
Yes,
How are you
thank
this
you.
morning? What's the trip over like? I'm stripping some. Going to take some bolts out. We're going to strip some paint off. We're removing these bolts to about here, and we're going to remove the paint, and we're going to do an electric test to see if there's any corrosion in between. Because we obviously they're rumming and ahhing, but they take the wings off because we need to see this panel inside.
Yeah.
The closing panel. We can't see, apparently all the American ones have had a lot of corrosion down this section here. In fact, if you look.
That's part of the wing panel, isn't it?
That's exactly what's up there now. It's like an extrusion.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
it must be, we think it must be pressed together because it's delaminated. So there must have, because it's actually found out it's riveted together. So we think they've got all the aluminium riveted together and then made that extrusion out of laminated because it must have.
Pieces,
Yeah, because it's come apart. So, but that's exactly the same piece I'm stripping off there. But that was from the far wing, and that's got issues. And we presume this is how the Canadians or the Americans have found theirs. But we haven't found any evidence. It's only in this inspection panel. So
Yeah.
we're going to strip about
a foot, and then they can do a duct test on it to see if there's any corrosion.
What's a duct test?
Well, it's like they're going to do that you can put, you can drive current through it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you measure
The resistance between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do with that section there, because obviously the old ways was take everything on the look, but if you can use modern ways, that's the way forward, isn't it?
Yeah. And I having trouble getting to the bolts.
There's 102 bolts.
Yeah.
And we're having trouble. You need a very small child or a man with octopus arms.
Yeah.
Because the ones at
There's
the far
no panels you can.
This is the only way you can go in though. This is the only way. You have to actually physically go through. Oh shit! These 3 panels here. Well, that one you can't get your arm in without taking that off.
Yeah.
This one you can. So you'd have to de-rivet this to get your arm in. You can't physically. You get this one, you just. But that one, 100% you can.
Yeah.
100% you can.
And that panel's too big to take off altogether, is it?
Yeah.
You're doing a duct test, did you say, over there? Testing the resistance between the metals to see if there's any corrosion.
What you do, it's called an eddy current, but what it will do, because of the way it works, you get a graph. So if the metal is that thick, on your little scope, you get a spike like that, and that will correspond to that thickness. If it corrodes away, that spike will go down. So you can actually, with the NDT technique, you can actually measure the thickness of the metal.
Yeah.
You can also do it for paint. You know, on a big aeroplane, you can actually measure the paint. You know, but that's what we're thinking of doing. Yes, it's an eddy current, or you can, there's other techniques you can use, but that's the one. But the techniques you can actually.
And it shows up on the scope. You don't get a reading of numbers. Then,
no,
like
a lot of times they either
resistance.
you get both, but you can either get a spike. So when you actually running your little probe along the bottom of the skin, like that, you can see this moving, but it also comes out on a spreadsheet as well. So you can actually print when you go to print it off, you'll actually get a graph, and you can see. You wouldn't expect in a perfect aeroplane. You would still expect to see a ripple effect, but like if there was any sort of damage, you would see that, and then because you can work out the distance, you then got an allowable amount of you're allowed to blend out. So it could be the fact that it's gone down, but that
it's still within the distance.
Yeah.
And do you need on your probe? You put one this side. Do you need something the other side?
No, it's all done. It's all done on one side. What you tend to do is you need to have a test piece normally, so you can calibrate it, so you know the thickness. So you can calibrate it to say, that is the thickness, and that will, and on you, because it could go, higher, but it won't do. And then you just do things like that. Because Andy's got a tool there that he wants to use, which little what we call a shafty scope.
Oh yeah.
And you can stick it into different areas.
Oh, so you can see what it's like inside.
But
it doesn't measure anything. It's only a visual.
This is just a visual inspection. But it allows us access to the whole airframe, where we can get in, see the wings, and you can record. So we can video all the sections and capture it for posterity. So as of today's date,
and it's got its own light as well.
And the thing is, if you see no signs of corrosion. Righty-tighty.
Access to the bolts, especially along the top spot, is extremely difficult. So we're just all we're trying to do is just to avoid unnecessary stress on both the aircraft and the engineers. And also, if there are, just to look at all the options. If there are other options to achieve the same results, which is to give us the confidence that the wing is secure, then that's what we should explore.
Are we doing confidence that the wing is secured for taxiing or for flying?
Well, initially it's taxi worthy, but long term, if we can generate the correct techniques through NDT, then I see no reason why we could declare it as safe for airworthy.
Paul's working between the nacelle and the fuselage on the starboard wing, removing the stress panel to give access to the forward starboard fuel tank. Morning, Paul.
Oh, Neville, you alright?
Yes, thanks. Have you given up on the other side?
Well, no, we're trying to get the nut bolts out of here, but obviously after a certain amount of years, I don't really want to go anywhere. So some we think we might have to drill out. But I'm trying to ascertain where what ones are going to move. And I'm just going to so I'm just writing on here tight. So then when we know I've loosened all them, we can't get the front ones loose. We've got a bit of a contraption there, but we think the front edge we might have to drill them in.
Is this where the tank is?
Yeah. We're going to attempt to take the tank out, but this is a stress panel inside this hole, so
Yeah.
that's why it's so hard to actually get off. Whether they think they've got it because they've got the weight off the plane now, off the ground. Yeah. There you go. That one's coming.
Dave removing fitting from the cockpit, ready for inspection and painting. Now, last week you were trying to get the wing off and you was having trouble getting into the bolts. Have you abandoned that now, or?
We haven't abandoned it. We've kind of thought of a way around that in terms of trying to do the inspections side of it with the wing off. So we can see all the wing internal structures just as easy with the wing on or wing off. Doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't change them. So we could use a boroscope to check all of it. The only thing we can't do with the wing on is obviously see inside the overlaps where the attachment angles attach. So the outer section of the wing. So, but we can strip that. We can do a visual inspection. We can also do an NDT. So we can use any current NDT. Try and inspect those overlaps for any kind of internal damage.
Yeah. Now, if you can't hear what I've been filming, folks, this is the fella what's been causing all the trouble and all the noise.
Good afternoon, or morning. When is it, Neville?
I don't know yet.
I'm losing the will to live. This is not how you treat a plane, I don't think. There's only certain times you can hit it and then give up.
Yeah.
So what I've been writing is tight and loose. So I know where I am. Loose, 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 tight, tight, tight. And this series of bolts are not moving at all.
Oh, aren't they?
No. No matter what we do. So we think if I can get as many as loose as I can, we're going to have to drill the heads off and then wait to see what we got inside and then probably
Because there'll be a hard end, won't they?
Oh, they're hard head.
The tank cover, which is also a stress panel, removed. This, I believe, is the fuel tank drain port. This is an inspection and access panel. Support jacks in place to enable them to remove the fuel tank stress cover. Fuel tank pumps removed from inside the bomb bay.
You also need it off to, there's a vent hose attached to it up in the far corner up there. There's one up that corner as well.
I see, yeah. I've got those, yes.
Yeah, so two of those you've got to take off before you can remove the tank.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's holding the tank up at the moment then?
There's some little...
Oh, this is the cover, is it?
This is the tank panel, yeah.
Aye, yeah.
And it's these that actually hold it in place.
Oh, the rubber and metal.
Metal. Yeah. They attach to the plate, and then these screw into the tank themselves, and there's some like mountings inside the tank.
Yeah.
So there's.
And that's how the bolts came out, is it? The pattern?
Yeah. I think these are taken out kind of by mistake because I think you can just undo that nut in there. So normally when they they're sunken like this one here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm with you now. Yeah.
Side. And just undo that and unscrews from the tank, and then that's it. Then. And there's about 5 or 6 of these on the upper surface that need to remove. And then dumping the thing out. Really.
Yeah. What you got to tell us then, Terry?
You've got loads to tell you.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's that?
You've got to speak to. We're trying to get this tank out,
Oh,
and we've had one nut right in the corner that screwed us up, and we've just managed to. We've been grinding spanners, grinding this, debating that, and we've eventually getting it off.
good. Is it? Those two, one was at the top right, one was the top left.
We've got those off. It's right in the corner, but you just couldn't get spanners on it. But we've been grinding. We've been grinding for an hour, hour and a half. But it's now just coming off. Yeah. So that's the last thing, and then hopefully we should be able to get the tank out now.
What's supporting the tank at the moment then?
What's what?
Supporting the tank at the moment.
Basically, just 3 bolts on the top.
Oh.
And then we've basically got to try and manoeuvre it this way, and then bring it down.
You slide it to the left, drop that end.
Well, no, it's pretty flexible. We've got to pull this away, then it'll pivot down, and then because it goes up there, it will then just fall out. Right, mate, a lot. But you know what Adrian's like, he's so slow.
Oh, lad.
Morning, Neville.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, then.
See you've recorded it, but we never see anything on the internet.
No. Hopefully, I'm going to start it the first Wednesday.
Do you want a break, mate?
We're discussing how this is held on with all these bolts.
Yeah.
This is the modern way of doing it, where you have a bolt inside a bolt, because it's fail safe, and then if that failed, this can take all the load. If this failed, that can take all the load. So they actually have a total different concept. So it's like fail safe, and hopefully, in the period that it would fail, you would detect it before it happened. But that's what they do.
Right? Yeah. And that's on the wings.
Not on this. This is the modern way of doing it now. Whereas here, they've used all these bolts.
Yeah.
Modern way.
That's the modern way of it.
You know, it's all fail safe. So everything is. If there's a single point of failure, they'll do something like this, where they'll put a bolt inside a bolt, and hopefully, you're in your inspections, you'll pick it up before it's actually failed, rather than if it had cracked and failed all the way through, the other bolt will support it.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Oh, that's excellent, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a good stress top because it's quite a good fit because you can see.
Yeah.
Quite, you know.
Yeah. Making that diameter, is that weakening or?
No, because this one is actually titanium.
Yeah, I meant actually on the structure. You've got to have a good landing, haven't you?
Yeah, but you know, this is for holding an engine in this particular bolt. But they do everything here. You know, like for instance, where you've got a bit of metal, if that failed, it'd be critical. There'll be 2 bits of metal.
I see.
You know, because it's all they've got about 55. So that's the more modern way of doing it.
Oh. Are you going to use those bolts or stick to the old way when you replace
When we replace it, it'll be new bolts, yeah.
Yeah, but it won't be that tight.
No, but it'll be, you know,
the old new bolts.
Whereas there's a big row of bolts, you just wouldn't see that nowadays.
Yeah. Are you...
Andy!
Oh, you got it off.
Hey! Have it. Honestly, just that's not bad actually. Very neat. Thank you.
You owe me cakes because it wasn't
I owe
tight.
cakes.
It wasn't tight. You all doubted my word.
That was the bolt what you've been struggling with.
Yeah.
They're not what you've been struggling with.
Yeah. Yes. First it wasn't tight, but it was quite tight.
Yeah.
I tried to do it all the way.
And does a pipe come through there?
It was loose enough.
All it is a vent pipe between the 2 tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's mightily annoying. I mean, you notice that there's a notch out there, so it was pinned.
Yeah.
But of course, so you'd think it might be quite loose.
Yeah.
But obviously it was a vent pipe between the 2 tanks, so it needs to be sealed.
Yeah.
But it's just annoying that they put it right in the corner
of
the rubber tank. Couldn't get a spanner on it.
Yeah.
So hence why we had to adapt our nice new, brand shiny new spanner. We've had to adapt it take some of the thickness off it, so you can actually get onto the nut.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just such a really bad design that that 80, bless him, was yeah.
That's going to be our problem when we go to get the tank out.
That's where it was. So that's right up in the corner, right up in the corner of the tank.
yeah.
So he couldn't get. If you put an open-ended spanner on it, he didn't have anywhere to turn it. He literally, you could get a spanner on it, but you couldn't move it. So I ended up having to grind that ring to squeeze it in.
I know it's going back to my day. We'd have got a box spanner for that.
Yeah, but you can't because it's recessed. It's recessed. It's hard to see on here, but that piece sticks out. So if you're looking straight down it, you can literally only see about half of it because it's tucked in there.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining what they would have had is possibly a ground down ring spanner, or even a little short, kind of like a box spanner cut off to maybe only a ½ an inch long.
Yeah.
And then with a T-piece on it or something.
Yeah.
But you could get a very small box spanner, but a normal size, normal length, a box spanner of that diameter will probably have been 6 inches long, and you just can't get on straight. It's really faffy little. I had no idea. There's no real reason I wouldn't have thought to have to push it right into that corner. They could have had it here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weak area then, isn't it, as well?
Looks pretty bad, yeah. Yeah, that's it then. Oh yeah, it's better. You see, it's also scalloped into there as well.
Oh, yeah.
They really have buried it.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, we are. They're still fixing, so the tank attaches to the inside of the upper surface of the wing, or the descent section as well. So there are still fastenings on the top.
Yeah.
To take off, and then we just manhandle the tank out.
Well, have you tried loosening the fasteners?
Yes,
at the top?
yeah, they are. They're okay.
Are they the same as what's in that
Correct. Yeah.
top? Yeah. As
Yeah,
what's
they
actually in the bottom, isn't it?
They are, yeah.
Door.
So everything's good. So the top surface needs to be. So yes. So the one thing in our favour now is the fact that it is a bag tank, so therefore it's flexible.
Yeah.
So because you do have to, there is a degree of.
You say it's a bag tank?
Bag tank, yeah.
That one is?
Oh yeah, they are, yeah. We weren't sure. Stop.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Well, some of us do.
Oh, hell, yeah. I can see why you had that opening with a metal surround on now.
Yeah.
I thought, well, why?
When we first read the documentation, it sort of indicated that it was a solid tank.
Yeah.
We didn't, and it wasn't until we took the panel off that we clarified. Actually, no, they are actually bag tanks. So self-sealing bag tanks, as they call them. So,
yeah. I know. I was watching a video. One of the chaps who put one on doing a similar sort of aircraft, and they had bag tanks on the outer wing, but not on the inner.
Yeah, and that's what we thought initially, that these would be solid, and the auxiliary tanks, which are outboard, would be bag tanks. But
so you'll have to get a new one, will you? Well, when it comes to flying.
Yeah, there is a procedure for pressure testing the tank, so we could pressure test this one. The inside is relatively clean. There is slight residue, dry residue, so it hasn't been coated over the years.
Have
they? So for taxi purposes, if it passed the pressure testing, we could utilise it. But
do they have a material life?
I think the tank's originally life for 72 months, which is sort of 6 years.
I meant with a perishable material. That with it. With the amount of petrol in it, will that affect the actual material, and will they start degrading?
Well, I think originally they were live for 72 months. After that, they would have been changed. So six-year life. So obviously,
when was this one put in then?
1945.
Is that 72 months?
Just maybe we'll apply for an extension. But we have identified someone that does remake bag tanks, but again, that'll be for Airworthy. But for our purposes, for taxiworthy initially,
providing you do a pressure test and they're all right.
Them, yeah. Because again, for taxiing, we're potentially looking at, once you've worked out the figures, only using the front tank on either side. Certainly the auxiliaries won't get used. So there are ways of kind of blanking off where the auxiliaries feed into the main tank. To stop us having to use those at all. So. So it could potentially, because there's 184 US gallons in each forward tank and 152 in the rear. So that's plenty for our
in the rear. Whereabouts is the rear tank?
So there are two tanks. Because they are stress panels, you can only take one off at a time. Which is why the engine is supported as well with the gantry. So because it's a stress panel. So we're going to take the forward tank out, and then what we'll probably do is then refit the panel to put the stress relief back in, and then look at taking the rear tank out.
So do the actual bags, the tanks touch each other, or is there a gap between them?
There's a gap between them.
So
there is a wooden and balsa wood frame inside to support the tank, which we haven't obviously seen yet. That's something that we should hopefully find when we remove the tank and see what condition that's in. So, again, it's all about looking inside the structure to see any sign of corrosion or anything like that. So.
That valve up there, is that for getting rid of the petrol?
That's a drain valve.
Drain valve. So when in flight, if they wanted to get rid of something, of course this would be the main tank. They won't want to get rid of it.
This is the main tank, the main tank, So all the other tanks feed into this tank. So you can remove all the other tanks and still fly, still operate, because all the other tanks feed into this tank, and this tank feeds the engines.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So everything comes through this tank
into the forward tank. So there's a big booster pump on the inboard in the bomb bay, which obviously we've taken off. And that then feeds the engines.
Did you haven't put these tickets on? They've been on some time, have they?
No, I think we put them on them when we first started doing the investigation work on some of the hydraulics and the control surfaces. So we could see what we had connected to what. And more importantly, what we didn't have connected.